Hello, it's another episode of Sellerscast, episode number 23. My name is Andrew Maffetone.
I'm Gina Milazzo, and 23 is my lucky number.
Ooh, 23.
Yes, it is. You won't let me forget it. And today we are talking about when to use and not to use variations on Amazon. What? Gina's hitting this one off.
Yeah. I get this question a lot, and it has a lot of nuances. So, spoiler alert, we will not give you a definitive answer in this video. Sorry, you still have to think a little bit. Use none. In general, how can I put this nicely? Use your brain. No, I'm just kidding. If it's a color variation, great idea. If it's a style variation, usually an okay idea. If it's a totally different version of the same product, that's when you have to stop and think. Essentially, the things that you should be making really, really obvious on your listings as you differentiate between your different variations is why would someone buy A over B? So if A is maybe a version that plugs into a certain device, or it only does a certain thing, or it isn't waterproof, you want to make that stupid obvious in that listing if you're going to group them as variations. If you think that they're different enough, that the keywords are totally different, you should be advertising to them differently, that you should not have them grouped because it might be too confusing, or because your target market is super different for both of them, I would probably recommend having them separate. So those are the kind of things that you as a seller probably know really well, just from the different questions you've been getting on your listings, the reviews you've been getting. That's pretty much your wealth of knowledge in a situation like this. What are people confused about? What are they asking? How do people choose between them?
So let's do use cases. So, gummy bears with different flavors.
Ooh, fun, variation.
Okay. Ties with different designs.
Variation.
And different sizes.
Double variation. We call those twister listings. You can do size and style.
Is that really what we call it?
Twister listings?
Or is that an internal thing?
No, I didn't make it up. I'm nothing creative.
So
it's a thing. Google it. It's a thing.
Let's do energy drinks. Sugar-free and not sugar-free.
Ooh.
But different flavors.
Ooh. Variations of sugar-free and not sugar-free, separate.
Okay. So wait, two parent listings?
Two parent listings, so all of your sugar-free and then all of your regular ones. A cool way to group them without actually grouping them, have a comparison chart at the bottom of your EBC to link. So if somebody ends up on your sugar-free by mistake and they're like, no, like I want the full sugar version, like I'm feeling myself, I need some energy. They're gonna click through to the regular sugar, full sugar version.
Sneaky.
So,
t-shirts for colleges.
Ooh.
Different colleges.
I wonder who you're talking about. So you have two choices with something like this. People search for college merch by their school, obviously. School mascot, school nickname, whatever. So you can either choose to put all of your variations for a school in one place, so people are kind of shopping between all of their options for that school, or you can put all of your options for that specific garment in one variation. Either way, you kind of can't go wrong with either. The reason that people might do by garment instead is because maybe you don't know what schools that particular company sells. Maybe, I went to TC&J and Andrew went to, Clown College. So I'm looking for Clown College as I'm shopping for a TC&J shirt because I want to get us matching t-shirts. Cute.
So the trick is to not...
Where did you go to college?
I went to UCF.
Oh, I forgot. All right, he actually went to school.
Like a real school.
I'll buy you UCF.
So the trick is to not think about the product and whether you should vary it or not. Think about the keywords and how someone is searching it.
Yeah.
That will tell you whether you should vary it or not. Variate it.
Variate it. No.
So basically, if you're thinking like, is someone going to search this like this, or is someone going to search this like this? And if it's kind of a mix, then you want to vary it. If it's not, then you want to definitely not vary it. Yeah. So this is one of those where it's kind of like, we always know whether we should vary it or not.
It's like a weird,
but
like,
it's so hard to
thing.
explain.
Amazon instincts.
So to make
rip my shirt open, I have an A on it.
To make this to make this easier, comment below and give us your product line, and we will tell you whether to vary it or not.
Yeah, well.
Or just use our advice that we just gave you, whatever you need. But keep this in mind. if you can variate it and you think it's a good idea, you probably should. A lot of people think Amazon is a real estate game, and it's not. That's a load of crap. So the reason is because I love, it's my favorite argument. So like, oh, I just want to have like 500 parent ASINs and it's all just different colors of the same crap. Like, no.
No one's gonna buy it.
Doesn't do anything. So the reason is that when someone lands on your listing and then says, oh, I don't like this color, and now I have to leave and go find it again, you run the risk of them going to a competitor. So think of it similar to this. If I walked into a retail store and you had one shirt and I didn't like that shirt, I can't just walk over to another table. I have to leave the store and go across the street to get another shirt. And then at that point, I've walked by 6 other stores, and then I might go in there instead because they have options. So you want to use it as an option to basically show the consumer, like, these are all of your options, pick one. The consumer then feels like, these are all my options, and this is all Amazon has, which it sounds ridiculous to people who sell on Amazon, but it's true. So you want to give them options. You also can think of, if you can kit or bundle or anything along those lines, it usually works out like an upsell. A lot of times if it's like, oh, I have a 1-pack and a 2-pack and a 3-pack, but they're all different parent listings, you totally screwed up if someone landed on a 1-pack and was like, oh, I'll save 5% and get 2 of them if I'm gonna buy more than one. So you have to think about the other opportunities that you could get from variating it. Now, the merging of the reviews is not a thing anymore. So you don't benefit from that, but you still benefit from the improved conversion rate of the overall parent listing and from possibly upselling as well.
And we get this question a lot. You can merge ASINs you can group variations without merging ASINs. So you don't have to make a new listing, you make a new parent and then group the variations underneath. It's technically complicated, not that hard.
Yeah, cool. Woo! Sellerscast 23. Comment below, let us know what you want us to talk about, or if you have questions about variations, since that was kind of big. Or please subscribe. We'll see you next week.